12 on the clock. Well, 12:15 at the moment. 12. When I sat down and said, you know what? I did not ask for this. This is not my fucking war, dude. I'm still pretty fucking clueless as to the reality of like what the situation is. I didn't stop because I'm not stopping until I get my children, my 3 daughters, and me to somewhere safe. That's all I ever wanted. Y'all can do what you want to do. The problem is that all of this stuff is going on, and I'm still really fucking clueless because nobody has enough respect to say, hey, let me spell it out to you like this. And then you can put your swords down, put your battle down, and go find some remote corner of the world with your daughters and just leave us the fuck alone. Because I would do that happily. Say it's nice this time of year on Jupiter, except for the meteors. Nebraska's so flat that I don't care. Go to Alaska, go to Mexico, go to, you know. Stuck in my cabana, living on bananas and blow. And then I don't care what you guys do. Now you got me knocking on doors that, you know, there's a little voice in the back that says something was foul play, something was fucked up to begin with there, and you knew that, but, you know, you would have just let it go. You would have just let it slide. You would have just moved on with your life. And this world has nothing that I want. I don't want your fucking money. In fact, you know why I want money? Because I have a Smurf village to build. For people with mental health and addiction issues. Instead of hospital psychiatric care that does nothing but punish children for grieving. When you tell a 12-year-old that your best friend was just killed in a car accident and you're in a psychiatric facility because your mother's a pill popper and she lied and said you tried to kill yourself. And we're a psychiatric professional facility, but we don't have anybody to deal with grieving children. So you're 12 years old. And the only way that we can handle you is to lock you in an empty padded room for 6 to 8 hours after finding out that you're... I told you, don't even fuck with me today, dude. how you deal with a grieving 12-year-old child. And then I happened to be there again at 14, and yeah, your friend just hung himself in his closet with his chain wallet. Your best friend is across the hall, and this is a psychiatric facility for adolescents, but there's nothing that we can do but let you listen to each other scream and cry from across the hall. You can't see each other. You can't talk to each other. You can't do shit. And then you're going to find yourself here again when you're 15 and your friend gets hit by a train. And we have to follow protocol because you have suicidal tendencies in your record. And we have to isolate you and lock you in a padded room for 24 to 48 hours because you're under suicide precautions. The only reason I want money is to tear these fucking psychiatric facilities down, and I will die trying. Legitly, because, you know, because we have to fight for what we want. We can't just go and knock people off. We can't just go and whack people. We can't just make pipe bombs and... No, when I see these come down, they're coming down. And I will call it a smart village. I will buy a plot of land in some nice warm place, and every person will get their own hut. And there will be a fucking lake, and if somebody wants to hang themselves with a fishing pole, they can do that. Something tells me if they're busy fishing and swimming and looking at animals and have arts and crafts projects and guitars on hand, musical instruments, might save their lives. Because Pearl Jam put out a record called 10 when I was 9. And a song called Why Go. That was for me. I don't want your money. Whatever you people think is so important to you, it's not important to me. Do I like music? Yes. And you know why? Because Pearl Jam got into this fight with Ticketmaster, and they came to Buffalo when I was 14. My parents wouldn't take me to a fucking concert. Are you kidding me? And I happened to be in a car on the way out to fucking Farnham, the other side of the Skyway, the day that the Pearl Jam tickets went on sale through a special 1-800 number that you had to call. Tickets sold out in 9 minutes. You think my parents were fucking trying to get me tickets? No. I'm on a car ride to Grandma's house in Farnham, fucking New York. But you know I did it for my daughter. The day she get... Because, you know, you grow up, your kids are like, Mom, your music sucks. And then one day your oldest daughter comes home and she's like, Mom, I'm in love with Panic at the Disco and Green Day. And these are my new favorite bands. And I'm like, oh, yes, thank you. And so we won tickets to Fall Out Boy. We got to see Fall Out Boy. And then Panic at the Disco just added Buffalo to their tour. This is I swear to God, this is right before pandemic, right before fucking COVID hit. It was like my year of concerts. I had been a mom and I hadn't gone to concerts in forever. And then just the last year, right before COVID hit, I went to all these concerts. It was fucking amazing. But so I get the CD in the mail, Pray for the Wicked, and my kid is like, Mom, why would you order a CD? Like, nobody listens to CDs anymore. Everything's digital. I was like, kid, you have to order the CD to get the special code so that when the concert tickets go on sale, you get like you get like first dibs on the concert tickets. She doesn't know that. So I get, here's a CD for you. Here's your Panic at the Disco CD. She's like, Mom. Yeah. And I was drunk, getting drunk all night with Dad. But tickets went on sale at like 9 a.m. So, I'm like drunk and I'm like, but it's 6, 7. Like if I can't fall asleep because I got an hour early to get online and get these Panic at the Disco tickets for my daughter. And sure enough, I'm wasted at 8 a.m. Mom is online calling. Yes, guess what? We got fucking floor seats at face value. Floor seats at face value for Panic at the Disco. $60 a piece. Do you know what? My husband paid $350 for floor seats for fucking Fall Out Boy. I won mine off the radio, so I got 300 seats. He was like, well, I'll beat you. I'll take my money and I'll get floor seats. He paid like $350. And then you print the tickets out. You're like, it says $60 on the ticket. Like, holy shit. And then they didn't sell out. So the people from the 300s got bumped up to the 100s anyway. I mean, it still wasn't floor seats. But, dude. So I made sure that my drunk ass, even though I was up all night partying with my husband, got online at 8 a.m. to get the Panic at the Disco tickets for the Pray for the Wicked tour. So that I could take my daughter to see her favorite band while they were her favorite band. And that there's nothing that compares to that moment. Nothing. When your kid sees like it's their like first like Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco were her first concerts. Both of them, and she's just like amazed. But she's like, oh my God, Brendan Urie's right there. Oh, the whole she's like, and I'm like, yes. That's my money right there. That's my money. Listen, I love me some fucking music. Okay. Spent $400 and something on Fall Out Boy tickets for the summer. One thing I plan to do with my kid for the summer. And of course, my 15-year-old wants to go see Boogie with a hoodie. So I said, I'll buy you a hoodie. I can't go because they're both concerts are on the same night. They're on the same night in different places. So I can only pick one. And of course, I'd rather go to Fall Out Boy. And so I paid $400 for 4 tickets. Looked forward to it for the whole summer. But little did I know, a week before the concert is the human sacrifice week, and I was on the chopping block. So I had to forfeit my ticket in the event that somebody tried to hurt my child because they didn't get to. Yeah, it's that sick. $400 I paid for 4 people to go, and my daughter fucking cried the whole time, missing me. And the meantime, I can't talk to my kid because of this really fucked up situation. So y'all fuckers owe me for that. That's bad enough. And the other money, whatever money, all you people see is, listen, buying a plot of land, I am building a Smurf village for mental health patients, for people with addiction and mental health issues, okay? Sexual health is a priority. People who have mental health issues, especially when they're on medications and things, like, your sexual health is like part of your self-esteem. It's part of, your being. But it's largely ignored and not dealt with, not talked about. In fact, I couldn't say the word orgasm in the psychiatric ward. Really? Because there was a doctor and a foreign man cracking jokes about raping me and having me take one for the team in that same psychiatric ward. How come they get to talk about sex? How come they get to belittle me and intimidate me and make me feel like dirt and shit? And I can't even say that a guy could give me an orgasm with a back rub. Fuck you and your inappropriateness. I am not inappropriate. I grew up in group homes where I was the minority and everything we did was fucking inappropriate. Everything. Couldn't watch R-rated movies but we made cassettes. And we did things like copy Marilyn Manson cassettes and trade them like they were fucking drugs underground and write books about starting our own religions because we couldn't fucking stand the fact that I can't listen. I'm 17 years old and I can't listen to a swear word. I'm only allowed outside for 15 minutes a day. And you're going to tell me I can't smoke a cigarette? I'm inappropriate. My entire existence, life, my entire everything has been inappropriate. I tell you. Don't tell mental health patients that their sexuality is inappropriate. That's what... I don't care about most of you people. And I don't mean to say it like that. I'm like, whatever game you guys are playing with my life is like, dude, I'm not even in this bet. I'm not even in this competition. I'm on a different chapter. I'm on a different page. It's like there's some real foul shit going on in hospitals, in nursing homes, in schools. Sorry if I busted up your party, but y'all fucked up my life and my kids. You dragged me into your mess. I got a little bit of a mess of my own. Foul mouth, yeah. Yeah, that's when a Christian counselor said, I was like, I'm sorry, I say fuck a lot. It's like my favorite fucking word. Fuck, 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 fuck. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm Christian. And he's like, no. He's like, no, stop. It's like, that kind of language expressed in that manner. He said, that's a spirit that's in you of some deep-rooted anger issues. He's like, don't feel bad about that, but see it. That's coming from a place in your heart that is deep-rooted anger issues. It's not just foul. It's not just inappropriate. It's apparently biblically based that curse words come out of feeling cursed. A heart. Whatever flows, what comes out of your mouth is a manifestation of the abundance of what is in your heart. So I say fuck a lot. Here's the deal. I want my daughters safe. I want them with me. The nightmares of, calling my kids, calling my daughter at 4 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m., saying, I just need to hear your voice. I just need to know you're okay. I love you. She doesn't understand that. Everything these adults are doing in the name of keeping my children safe, I see right through this. You're just re-traumatizing them the same way that you did with me. And a lot of kids. And I will fight that extent of things. I've been saying for a couple of years now, somebody does something out there. I have no idea what's going on. Somebody fucks something up or comes after me or challenges me I don't know what sets some of this off. And Spirit is like, here, I'm going to show you this. Take this back to them. Take this back to them. Tell them, this isn't you. You need to go and talk to Dad. This is not about me. Even if you kill me off, or any of us, they'll find Spirit will raise up the next prophet or bring the next person along and show them, hey, look at this. Take this back to them. Tell them, come and see me. I'm not digging for these things. I'm not looking for these things. In fact, I don't know how to comprehend a lot of the stuff that I'm being shown because I don't think like this. I don't know these worlds. I don't understand. And they just keep saying, just out of nowhere, it's like, look at this. Look at this. Take this back to them. What the fuck is this? Y'all could have stopped a long time ago. A long time ago. And I'm like, yeah, my husband just wanted to, if I cheated on him, then we got divorced, then, it goes down on the record that, I was, unfaithful or whatever. And, if we split and get divorced, I get no claims to, anything of his property or any of his money. And because I'm in. And I was like, well, that's probably what's going on. Like, he just wants to say that I'm cheating on him so that, if there's, when we divorce, that, he gets the house and he gets, whatever is his, I don't have any claim to it if he says that I'm unfaithful. And, maybe there's an insurance policy because some people do that shit. But, really, all I've wanted is to get me and my daughters. I want my daughters with me. And I want us safe. Y'all are fighting something that has nothing to do with me. But somehow you're dragging in my dead uncle, who was my godfather. have some really raw feelings about some of these things that are very personal to me. You show me the most evil person on this planet. Whoever you decide, whoever you think is the most evil person on this planet. And tell me that person does not have a wife or children or parents or anybody that they have loving feelings for. An animal. So I once had a guy told me, like, listen, I will fuck anything up. Anything you give me. Except babies and animals. He's like, those are two things that I will, men will not, unless you're a sick motherfucker, and then that ball is rolling on its own. Because there's a difference between dark and evil. And there's a difference between, God has some things to say in the Bible about people that do bad things to children. That's not me at all. Divine balance does not mean happy Jesus. Divine balance means don't fuck with God's children. Yeah. And that's not me. Those wheels are spinning on their own. I've got nothing to do with that. I'm not coming looking for anybody. You can keep coming for me if you want to. But the fact that I'm still here, you're not, I don't know what else to say about that. I don't know what else to say about that. I was told that my favorite uncle, who was my godfather, who was my favorite uncle, Jake, was in a bar fight, and then he had a bottle bashed over the back of his head, and that he was left in an alleyway with his brain bleeding out. I was in Arizona. I moved out of state. My sister called me to let me know my uncle was dying. She had the phone next to him, and she's telling him, we're just going to get here. She's going to get a bus. She's going to get a plane ticket, and she's going to come here and say goodbye to you. She's going to be here. She's going to come and say goodbye. Knowing full well I didn't have the money for that plane ticket, and that was an outright lie. That was an outright lie. She knew I didn't have the means. Held on for 7 days.
You make videos. Can't you tell me to stop you from making videos?
Yeah.
All right.
7 days. That I knew.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of there. Out of there. Out.
What's funny is that eventually I moved back home to Buffalo, and my daughter was in Girl Scouts, and we had a trip to Washington, D.C. Hold on, my uncle died in what, 2004, 2005. And Hannah's trip was years after that, like when she had to have been 7 or 8. Like 2015, 2016, something like that. I hadn't left state like since I got back here from having her, and the day I leave, our bus left at 4 a.m. Left Buffalo. We got to Washington, D.C. like 5, 6 o'clock. Had dinner. 5 in the morning, my friend Terry is drunk, blowing up my phone, and I'm like 5:30, and he's like, I'm just thinking about you. My sister calls at 6 and says my mother's dead. They had my mother's body cremated within 24 hours. I didn't get to say goodbye to either my favorite uncle or my mother. And there's foul play on both of them, I'm sure. Now you guys, somehow you have me knocking on these doors. And of course, there's like, well, my stepdad is like, he died in like 2003. Like, like, now you got me questioning, like everybody that's not ever died, but there's a whole slew of questions in my head. And what am I supposed to do with that? Well, if you could have lunch or dinner with any live